back to Game 2 of Trinity College of Jacksonville against University of Fort Lauderdale as the first pitch is swung on and fouled back for a 1-0 count.
Very quickly, we'll give you the Fort Lauderdale batting order. This is Gelm leading things off. She is the pitcher. Messina, the catcher. Wilt, the designated player. I'll give you more in just a moment.
That pitch in the dirt, 1-1.
Gage is at third base. Weaver in center. Kay Wilt, the shortstop. Southers is playing second. Kling is in right. Thomas in left. And Keller will be the flex player at first base.
Ava batting 250. Well, Ava Gelm batting 250 with 18 hits and 72 at-bats, scoring 8 runs. And the count is 1-2. The 1-2. Swung on, hit to short. Fires in time for the first out of the game.
This is Peyton Flint in the circle for TCJ. Gets the first batter she faces.
First pitch grounded to short again. Fires in time for the second out.
Nice job by Flint. 2 quick outs. She is making her 8th appearance, her 4th start. No wins and 3 losses. Flint has pitched a total of 12 1/3 innings. She's allowed 26 hits, 31 runs, but only 16 of those earned. She has walked 10 and struck out 8.
Callie Dunn a little busy over there at shortstop early in the game as that pitch is high, 1-0. Wilt batting 130 on the season with a 377 OPS. As that is bounced back to Flint. Fields fires, now be a 1-2-3 inning for the Trinity College of Jacksonville Eagles to open up this game.
Hey, good to see Peyton Flint get those 3 quick outs. We saw how well Fort Lauderdale can swing the bat in game number 1, and they beat one of the best pitchers in the South region in Piper Young. So good first inning for Peyton Flint.
Absolutely, and we saw in the third inning of last game just how quick their offense could put up runs, putting up 6 in the third inning. So it's nice to see that 1-2-3 inning to open up this ball game.
And that young gentleman you're listening to is Andrew Thomasone. He is a JV baseball player here at TCJ and now an aspiring broadcaster, getting his first opportunities this week. And I'm enjoying listening to you, Andrew.
And I'm enjoying being on the broadcast. And, you know, as a freshman, you got to keep your options open in terms of career path. And I'm really enjoying broadcasting, so I'm happy to be here.
We'll tell you about the pitcher, Ava Gelm, as Andrew was going to let you know how Ava Gelm has done so far this season.
Ava Gelm has a 3.08 ERA with 131.2 innings pitched, giving up 77 runs with only 58 of those being earned. Her win-loss record is 5-10 with 14 complete games. And batting average against looks to be 820.
Tell you the defense behind Gelm in just a moment. Carlin Payne stepping in for Trinity. And she slaps the first pitch foul. Nice catch, but it hit the net, so it won't count, but it is strike 1. In left field is Naomi Thomas. In center field, Marissa Weaver. And in right, Brooklyn Kling. We'll give you the infield after this pitch.
Tap softly back to the pitcher. Fields fires to first for the first out.
And around the infield for Fort Lauderdale, the first baseman, Bailey Keller, who just caught that throw. At second base is Cheyenne Southers. The shortstop is Kaylee Witt. And Tevin Gage is at third base. Sarah Messina behind the plate, battery mate of Ava Gelm.
First pitch in the dirt for ball 1.
Shaw doing the catching, adding 255.
pitch is fouled back and out of play.
Shaw in game number 1, hitless in 2 official at-bats. Trinity had 5 hits in game number 1.
And the pitch swung on through for a base hit through that 5-6 hole, and that will be a single for Ashley Shaw.
Andrew, between games, Ashlyn told me, I know I've been struggling, but I promise I'm getting a base hit in this game.
And that she did, getting it out of the way early in her first at-bat of the game. That's got to feel good.
Brings up Piper Young, the DP. She'll be followed by Callie Dunn, the shortstop, Kylie Duhigg at third. Tell you more in a moment. Low and inside. Shaw's on the move. The throw is a little behind the runner, and Shaw is in there with a stolen base, her 9th of the season in 10 attempts. After Duhigg, batting 6 will be second baseman Ellery McGatha, followed by the pitcher Peyton Flint, first baseman Autumn Edie, and right fielder Madison Whitmire. Alondra Galinda Diaz in the center. She's the flex player.
And the pitch incoming, foul back. Piper Young, batting .318 on the season with 120 hits and 377 at-bats.
And Young was 2 for 3 in game 1 and scored, or 2 of the 3 Trinity runs.
So she is definitely someone to watch out for at the plate. Foul back. Correction, she's actually batting .368. .318 is her career average. So she has definitely progressively stepped forward in her batting.
Every year, Piper has gotten better and better with the bat, and she's doing a great job this season.
And that pitch is lined to left field, but caught on the move.
We saw that quite a bit in game 1 with Trinity hitting the ball hard, but right at somebody, or a really nice play over the shoulder catch out there in left field. And a nice job by Naomi Thomas. All right, we appear to be back. Sorry about that. Sometimes technology just doesn't like to work out.
And the pitch to Dunn, cut on a miss for strike 3, and that will end the inning.
Looked like a promising inning for TCJ. Come up empty, however.
Yeah, we had a runner on third off of a stolen base from Shaw. But she does not come around to score as we are tied going into the top of the second.
All right, we seem to have the technical issues worked out. Let's hope no more problems as we go to the top of the second. The first pitch from Peyton Flint, and that is a strike. Marissa Weaver in the batter's box for Fort Lauderdale. And a swing and a miss. My mistake, that is Tavin Gage, who is at the plate hitting .261. No homers, 8 RBIs. And Flint gets a ground ball towards short. It hits off Dunn and goes into right field. And Dunn, that one got her left shoulder, and it did not feel good.
Yeah, that was hit hard right at her, and the ball just kicked up off the dirt and just rocketed up and nailed her on the shoulder.
And that took a bad hop.
And those do not feel good, especially with how hard a softball is. And the name kind of deceives you when you first hear it.
Yeah, softball, it is not very soft. So Gage is aboard. That went down as a base hit. I agree with the call because of the hop that it took, because Dunn was ready to make the play, and it must have hit a seam on the ball because it just took a turn on her.
Yeah, it just rocketed up almost like it hit a trampoline. But looks like she's okay. She's laughing about it, and she is staying in the game.
Glad to see everybody's all right. That's the most important thing. We want to win a game, but we don't want anybody hurt.
Absolutely.
So with Gage aboard, this is Marissa Weaver, center fielder. Weaver is hitting .159. These are updated stats now, as game one has now gone into both sites. Weaver, no homers, 4 RBIs.
Weaver is a freshman from Groveland, Florida. And she is batting .159 on the season. As she fouls that off.
She does have a double and triple to her credit.
7 hits in 44 at-bats, but as you said, a double and a triple.
In fact, those were both in game one today.
That pitch is lined in a shallow left field, and that'll be down for a base hit. So runners on first and second now.
Funny game, softball. You saw a couple of hard hit balls off Trinity bats get caught. Little blooper drops in for a base hit.
Yeah, it can definitely be frustrating as a team when that happens to you, and especially the pitcher. But we'll see what Flint does to get out of this, and that pitch is fouled off, 0-1.
Kaylee Witt in the batter's box for Fort Lauderdale, 139, no homers, and 7 RBIs.
A sophomore from Boynton Beach, Florida. And this is their catcher. 0-1 is in the dirt. That'll be 1-1 and a back pick. In there safely, back at second base.
I want to credit Callie Dunn, the shortstop. He got over and covered third just in case UFTL thought about a double steal on a missed bunt.
Yeah, she would have been in a perfect position to get that throw down if they were attempting that double steal. There's another bunt attempt, which gets down, and the throw is off of Shaw's glove. That will score 1 as she advances to second base.
Now the throw to Piper Young hits off her glove and gives Fort Lauderdale not just a run, but an extra out, and both runners advance another 60 feet. So that'll be a sacrifice bunt credited and an error on the second baseman.
The 0 is outside 1-0.
No RBI on the play.
Bunt attempt gets down, bobbled by Flint, and everybody will be safe.
Now, there was no play. That's going to be a base hit. Nice bunt back to the pitcher and a very, very fast Cheyenne Southers.
So that will be bases loaded for Kling. Brooklyn Kling, a freshman from Fort Meade, Florida. That pitch is high, 1-0. She is batting .212 on the season with, excuse me, with 11 hits and 52 at bats.
1 for 2, plus a walk and a run scored in game 1.
That pitch downstairs, 2-0. So bases loaded for Kling in a 2-0 count. In there, 2-1. Fort Lauderdale leading Trinity 1-0 in the top of the second with bases loaded and nobody out. And that pitch is outside. 3-1. Bases loaded. Nobody out. 3-1 pitch. Grounded to the first baseman. And no out will be recorded as she hesitated going home and then flips over to first too late.
That'll be a base hit and an RBI, and time called. A little miscommunication. Here's where the defense, they need to let first baseman know where to make that play. Might have been better off just making a tag or going back to the bag.
Yeah, I thought she was going to apply a tag, but she looked like she wanted to get that lead runner coming home and keep it at a 1-0 ball game. As Shaw's coming back to the plate, so this mound visit might be over soon, and it looks like it's going to be. So bases loaded, still nobody out, as Fort Lauderdale leads it 2-0 here in the top of the second, with Thomas up to bat. And there's another bunt back to the pitcher. And she will be out over there first for the first out of the inning, but a run comes across the score, and that will make it a 3-0 ball game.
That'll be a sacrifice bunt and an RBI, a successful squeeze play pulled off, and Fort Lauderdale, they have figured out that they can drop down the bunts and get on base.
Yeah, and the pitch. Grounded to third. Comes home with it. Tag, she is out.
Very close play at the plate, and now a runner heading towards second, and they're just going to let her take that base. Kylie Duhigg, though, gets the assist. Shaw with a very quick tag, and again, very close at the plate. Fielder's choice, and then just an advance on the play.
Heads up play by Duhigg to cut down that lead runner and keeping this at a 3-0 ball game.
It's still 3-0, however.
That pitch is lined into the gap, and that will get down. 2 runs will score, and that will make it a 5-0 ball game.
And Sarah Messina drives in 2. Fort Lauderdale, they bunt their way aboard, and then a really solid line drive into the gap. Taking advantage, a couple of miscues by the Trinity defense.
Taylor will step up for her second at-bat as first pitch is fouled off over near the Trinity dugout. Not hit hard. Taylor, a sophomore catcher. And the 0-1 pitch is high for a ball. The 1-1 pitch, high, 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. That pitch is popped up to the first baseman, and that will end the inning. But not before Fort Lauderdale scores 5 in the inning to take a 5-0 lead here as we head into the bottom of the second.
Big inning for Fort Lauderdale as they lead it now 5-0. Trinity coming to bat in the bottom of the second.
First pitch popped in the infield. Second baseman camping underneath it and making the play for the first out of the inning.
Kylie Duhigg leading things off. Went after the first pitch. Got it right off the end of the bat. Ellery McGatha hitting .260. 5 RBIs.
She is a junior. First pitch high and tight for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Kicks and deals. Fouled off. 1-1. McGatha with 13 hits in 50 at-bats as the 2-1 is low.
Yeah, she's come to life lately. A little slow start to the season. She's gotten some big hits of late for TCJ.
And the pitch chases in the dirt. Nice change up there.
That ball just had a lot of drop to it.
Looked like a fastball until it just dropped out.
Well, when you make that kind of a commitment to swing, it's very difficult to adjust and try to get a piece of it.
The 2-2 fouled off into the over near Trinity dugout. Luckily everyone's okay. Hit that hard, just hit it foul. The 2-2 pitch. Low, 3-2, full count. The 3-2 pitch. Incoming. Ball 4, high and outside.
Nice job by McGatha after falling behind in the count, and she chased a couple really nice pitches out of the zone, but stayed patient, did not chase another one.
And that's exactly what you want right there. Have her throw a lot of pitches, get on base, and give the people behind you an opportunity to drive you in.
Peyton Flint, pitcher, now in the circle.
Flint trying to help herself out. Maybe drive in that runner from first. Counts 1-0. She squares a bunt, pulls it back for a strike. Called strike 1-1.
Peyton Flint, local product, freshman from Middleburg, not too far away. Probably about a 45-minute drive south.
1-1 pitch, lined into right field.
Oh, the tough luck continues for Trinity Bats. They're hitting the ball well.
Hit hard, but right at the right fielder. She didn't even have to move a step to make that play. And that was Kling out there with the catch. As Autumn Edie steps in the bat. Diolo. Taking for a ball in the back pick, back to first. And she's back in there safely.
Edie nothing out of 2 in game number 1.
Looking to turn that around here with a base hit. And that pitch is grounded over to third. Throw is in time. So nothing doing here for Trinity with one runner stranded as Fort Lauderdale leads it 5-0 headed into the top of the third. Welcome back to Trinity Sports Network as Fort Lauderdale leads it 5-0 head into the top of the third.
You know, Andrew, those clouds we had earlier, they're gone. It's beautiful blue up there now.
It is. Taking a moment to admire it, actually. Pitches outside for a ball. Up to bat is Tavin Gage, a freshman from Key West, Florida. Batting .272 on the season. That pitch is taken for a strike. Batting .272, 25 hits and 92 at-bats with 4 doubles and a triple. No homers. That pitch is fouled off. Off to the third base side. So we'll make it a 1-2 count. 2. Chase out of the zone, hit to second base, and ate her up. Ate up Piper Young, and she will reach.
That'll be an error on the Trinity second baseman. And I know we said it a few times, but you can't give a hard-hitting team extra opportunities.
You cannot, especially looking at what they did in the top of the second. Is that pitch to Weaver's fouled off, third base side. I mean, we look back at what they did in the top of the second, putting up 5, and looking at the top of the third in game 1, putting up 6. So this team can definitely hurt you real quick and put you in a bad spot. As the 0-1 is flied and caught by Piper Young in shallow right field, making up for that error that she committed by a great defensive play.
That's a nice way to atone for a miscue. And Piper Young went a long way, and the wind started to take it away from her, but she hung with it.
That is not an easy play. That was over the shoulder, and a great defensive play by Piper Young. First pitch is sailed to the backstop, and that will allow Gage to advance to second.
After tomorrow against Baptist, Fort Lauderdale, they have a tough road ahead. They're going to be at St. Thomas University for a doubleheader on Tuesday the 7th, at Florida National on April 13th.
1-0 is in there for a strike on the corner, 1-1.
And their next home game will be against New College of Florida on the 14th and Florida National on the 20th. And that's not an easy schedule for Fort Lauderdale.
That is not, but as we've seen, this offense can compete up at those higher levels. That pitch is down for a ball, 2-1. So runner on second with 1 down. As that pitch is flied over to Young. She takes it on a hop and gets the out over at first. But Gage advances over to third on the fielder's choice.
Piper Young stayed with that. That ball hit the turf, had a lot of spin to it, and I don't really know how she was able to snare it, but she did.
It had a lot of spin. It hit the ground and then just shot off to the right, but Young got her glove there. First pitch to Southers is in there for a strike, 0-1. And the 0-1 is fly to center field. Diaz camps under it and makes the play to end the inning. Fort Lauderdale leading Trinity College of Jacksonville 5-0, head into the bottom of the third, and they strand a runner on third to keep that a 5-run lead.
Andrew, Major League Baseball now underway. Unfortunately, at Wrigley Field, it's not looking good. 7-3 Nationals in the 5th. Mets are all over the Pirates. Paul Skeens exited in the first inning, gave up 5 runs in the first inning, and he's trailing 11-5 in the 8th.
And 2 of those runs were technically earned, but they were 2 defensive miscues by O'Neal Cruz, letting 2 easy pop flies just drop right beside him.
Yeah, but even Skeens, though, usually works his way out of those situations, but unable to do that today. The Brewers lead the White Sox 8-1 in the 6th inning. Twins and Orioles are scoreless in the 4th. Later on, it will be the Angels at the Astros about to get started. The Red Sox in Cincinnati. Tigers are at the Padres, and Rangers are in Philadelphia. And the Rays at the Cardinals are all about to get underway. And later tonight, Diamondbacks at the Dodgers, and the Mariners are home against Cleveland.
One team that I'm going to be interested in this year is the Phillies because of what their general manager said about Bryce Harper, saying he is not elite anymore. You got to wonder if he's going to take that to heart and try and prove him wrong this season.
Bryce Harper, what a player he is. I don't care. He's an elite player.
I mean, he's easily one of the best in the game. And first pitch bunted, foul down the third base line. That is Madison Whitmire trying to lay down a bunt attempt.
Bryce Harper hit that 2-run home run to tie up that championship game. Venezuela ended up winning, but Harper shook off all the criticism. A lot of people forget criticize a team for losing.
0-1 gets her in the foot.
But that USA team played other teams that are full of Major League All-Stars.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about the WBC. Some people think that it's a bunch of guys who are like electricians and plumbers, but there's a good mix between both Major League talent, minor league talent, and just some ordinary guys like the Czech Republic. Andrei Sorlovsky, I believe his name is. He's a electrical engineer, but that doesn't mean anything when you can strike out Otani and then beat Team Japan in
That's pretty good
back-to-back
engineering
games.
right there.
Pitch foul back.
I don't think I could strike out Shohei Ohtani.
Apparently, all you have to do is just lob it in there, and then he'll chase it in the dirt.
I don't think I'd want to try as hard as he hits the ball, only about 55 feet away when the pitchers let it go.
Pitch is foul back.
It was Frank Robinson, I believe, who said he was scared to death every time he was on first base. Either Frank Robinson or Bobby Bonds. And Willie McCovey, left-handed hitter, said it scared me to death every time as hard as he hit that ball, and I'm only 90 feet away from him.
Another foul ball. And you got to wonder what the first and third basemen are thinking nowadays with higher exit velos now, with guys routinely hitting a ball over 100 miles an hour.
110, 115.
And with max 120. I mean, how much reaction time do you have from 120 feet?
I can't imagine that. I cannot imagine that. The Stat Crew era, yeah, it can be exciting, but just put up those numbers like that. And these guys are only, like I said, 55 feet away when they let go of the ball. 90 feet away when they're covering first base.
She squares around for a fake bunt. Hits it softly on the ground, and she will beat it over there at first. Runners on first and second for Trinity with nobody out.
Talking with the Fort Lauderdale coach between games and reminded him, no matter what the score, this Trinity team is play hard. Carlin Payne is a perfect example of that. And she smelled the base hit as soon as it got off her bat, and she beat the throw.
Absolutely. And that is where speed can definitely help a team, where they can beat out those weak ground balls and turn out into a base hit.
And, of course, that coach is Mr. Kyle Davis, who is taking over for Coach Billy Glessner, who's still the baseball coach, I understand. That Fort Lauderdale baseball team, one of the best in the entire country. They're NCCAA, but they beat up on all the big NCAA teams. They are a phenomenal baseball team.
So runner on first and second. And the pitch low and tight for ball one.
Andrew, their baseball team right now is 23-9 and have won their last 7.
Yeah, they're definitely on a hot streak and a very, very good team, as that record shows.
You know, if not for them last year, we may have won the South Region Tournament.
1-0 pitches a strike to Shaw. So making a 1-1 count as she squared around to bunt but took it.
Unfortunately, we had to face the championship game, and they put 16 runs on against us.
I mean, with a record like that, pitch is popped back to the pitcher. Everybody retreats back. So it'll be 1 down for Piper Young.
And that one got right in on the hands of Ashley Shaw. Tried to fight it off. Got the weak contact right back to the pitcher. Good heads-up base running, though. Not getting doubled off.
This will be Piper Young stepping up to the dish. Made a nice defensive play earlier. We'll see what she can do with the bat. She takes it on the low and inside corner for a strike, 1-1.
She did not like that call.
Sorry, 0-1.
Trinity has a chance. 1 out.
The 0-1. Line into right field, and that will get down for a base hit. Throw comes into third.
That was a great throw. Brooklyn King out there in right field. I thought she was going to make the catch, and the ball just kind of stopped on her and took a nosedive straight down. And she made a fantastic throw and nearly got Whitmire rounding third too much.
It was a one-hopper right to third on a line. So she's definitely got a cannon out there, but bases loaded, one out for Trinity. As that is lined into the Fort Lauderdale dugout, hopefully everyone's okay. Seems that everybody is.
There is a fence in the front, but it's only about waist high.
So this will be Callie Dunn stepping up to the plate for Trinity. The 0-1. In there for a strike. She took something off of that.
Oh, nice little changeup.
Buckled her a little bit, so I'll make it 0-2. The 0-2 kicks, steals, fouled off. Hits it into the ground and it hits off of her. She chased it, protecting the plate.
Yeah, Gelm's already won a game today, looking to make it 2. Don't see that very often, a pitcher going both games.
Pitch low, 1-2.
That may have happened one time in the majors, the pitcher going both games. But softball, much more natural motion for the pitchers. They can handle extra duties a lot better.
And that's why you see a lot of these high pitch counts in softball. The 1-2 swung on and missed, strike 3.
Yeah, Callie Dunn chased one well out of the zone, maybe trying to do a little too much. But again, once you make that commitment, you have to at least try to get a piece of it. And that ball had so much movement that there aren't many who are going to make contact.
Started waist high, outer third, and it just kept on diving and tailing away.
Trinity with a big opportunity. Bases loaded, 1 out, but now 2. And Kylie Duhigg does have some pop. She's going to hold on a moment as we have a conference out there in the circle.
Looks to just be a mound visit, not a pitching change.
And the inning started with a hit batsman, Madison Whitmire. Carlin Payne beat out the infield single. But then Gelm was able to get a pop-up. Piper Young got the base hit. And then Callie Dunn went down swinging. So it's up to Kylie Duhigg to try to drive in a couple of runs for Trinity. Just one game for Trinity tomorrow against Baptist, Florida. Scheduled 2 o'clock time, but that depends on how long the Baptist against Fort Lauderdale game goes, and that's scheduled to begin at 12.
First pitch cut on and missed.
That's not fair. After those change-ups, get a sinking fastball like that.
And she put a little something extra on that one. Kylie Duhigg batting 152 with 1 homer, 7 RBIs, scoring 6 runs. The 0-1. Change up in there for a strike. 0-2.
She has the Trinity hitters guessing right now. They have no idea what's coming.
Trinity has looked lost on these last 2 hitters. Hopefully Duhigg can get something to hit. 0-2, good take, 1-2 downstairs. Tried the changeup again, and sorry, that is a 2-2 count. But she tried the changeup again. Duhigg lays off of it. So will she go back to the changeup or try and blow a fastball? Fastball hit back to the pitcher, and that will get her out of the jam as she tosses it over to first. Trinity leaves the bases loaded, and that will remain a 5-0 ball game, and we will see what in the next time they come up to bat.
We go to the top of the fourth and a 5-0 lead for Fort Lauderdale. Brooklyn King steps in, rifles the first pitch, foul down the right field line. And Andrew, Trinity had an opportunity, but what a great job by A.V. Gelm getting out of it, mixing the pitches, mixing the speeds, and keeping the Trinity hitters off balance.
Yeah, that's been the story so far today. Trinity threatening, but can never cash in. And when they do, it's usually only one run. And when you have bases loaded with one out, one run just is not going to do it.
And Trinity's had some tough luck, too. A number of hard-hit balls in both games caught.
Brooklyn Kling steps up to the bat, steps up to the plate for Fort Lauderdale. That pitch is high for a ball.
Peyton Flint, though, she's starting to show a lot more confidence as her freshman season goes along. She's throwing the ball pretty hard, and give her some more experience. She's going to be a good one.
A left-handed pitcher for Trinity.
I see the Trinity Christian Academy softball team start to warm up. They play here tonight.
The 2-2. High, 3-2.
They're going to play Old Plank Christian Academy. Conquerors baseball, though, Andrew, nationally ranked.
3-2 comebacker hit Flint. And it rebounds back to Shaw, who throws it to first, not in time. Now you just got to make sure that Flint is okay.
That ball hit her right off the shin, rolled all the way to Ashley Shaw. And good job by batter Brooklyn Kling. Not taking it for granted. She ran hard all the way and beat the throw.
And that's one thing that some players will struggle with is they will see it hit off and they'll just stop and try to make sure the person's okay. But
you can't think you're out automatically. You have to hustle. You never know what can happen. A ball's bobbled, a little late getting rid of it. Always run hard, and Brooklyn did.
First pitch to Southers is in there for a strike.
Was it Sean Casey when he was on the Detroit Tigers? Grounded out to left field.
Sorry, batting is Thomas, not Southers.
Have you seen that highlight? He hit a line drive that he thought the third baseman caught, but hit off his glove, went into left field, and Casey stopped running, and he was thrown out at first base from left field.
I have seen that highlight.
He laughs about it now, but it's not pretty funny when it happens.
And the 3-0 pitch is in the dirt for ball 4. And my coach used to play that clip every single time one of us didn't hustle in high school.
No excuse for not hustling.
And the first pitch is fouled down the third base line. Hit hard on the ground, but foul.
Ava Gelm at the plate. 2 on, nobody out. Gelm nothing out of 2 so far. In game 1, though, 2 for 4 with an RBI.
Pitches right back to Flint, who tosses it over to first for the out.
Peyton Flint's probably going to grab the backup catcher's gear next time she comes out, because that one also hit her right in the shin. Fortunately, she's all right, and it stayed at her feet. She was able to make the play.
First pitch in there for a strike to Messina. She might want to consider bringing out the L screen.
My son, when I was pitching batting practice to him before a game, I was behind the L screen, but on one pitch, I didn't get behind it enough, hit a line drive right into my mouth.
And it's always whenever you don't get fully behind the L screen that they hit a rocket right back at you.
I think it was Little League. He was 11 years old, and he's 26 now, and I still say I owe him a rap in the mouth. But he's so big now, I'm not going to chance it. He could take me easily.
But just foul back off the net.
was proud of him as hard as he hit the ball, though. It hurt.
Pitch is sky down the third base line, out of play.
I'll tell you, it is beautiful out here now. Nothing but bright blue overhead.
Bright blue, it is. It's warm, but not too warm. That pitch is grounded to short. And she beats the runner over to first by half a step, and that will be the second out.
It does drive home a run, however.
So Fort Lauderdale now with a 6-0 lead with a runner at third.
Now, Brooklyn Kling started that with that hustle on the ball off Peyton Flint.
That pitch is skied into right field and caught. So that will end the inning for Fort Lauderdale as a strand one, but score one to extend the lead to 6 as we head into the bottom of the fourth.
Bottom of the fourth coming up, and Trinity needs to go to work, trailing 6-0. They are hitting the ball well, but they keep hitting it right at somebody.
They either hit it right at somebody or are the victim of a great defensive play.
And last inning, they were the victim of some great pitching by Ava Gelm. I really am impressed with the way she changed those speeds. Fastball, changeup, sinkers, got a strikeout and a ground ball, and got out of that bases loaded jam.
She's keeping the Trinity hitters very uncomfortable in the box, and whenever hitters are uncomfortable in the box, you can usually get out of any jam. First pitch is high, 1-0 to McGappin. The 1-0. Lined up the middle off the glove of the pitcher, and the second baseman flips it over to first for the first out of the inning, and that is exactly what we mean by Trinity being the victim of great defensive plays. Robbed of a single up the middle, off of the glove of Thomas, deflected over to the second baseman, who flips it over to first.
Well, Trinity swinging the bat well, a lot better than the scorebook may show.
First pitch is inside to Flint. So it counts 1-0.
Flint, another one who hit a rocket her first time up, but caught in right.
The 1-0. Foul back, 1-1.
And she hit a laser beam right at Brooklyn Kling, and as Andrew said at the time, didn't even have to take a step.
Didn't have to take a step, and that ball was hit very, very hard. So just some bad luck on the Trinity end, as the 1-1 is outside for a ball 2-1.
Flint's had a couple of good swings. That foul ball just a moment ago was a good one. She just missed driving that one.
The 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1.
I got to hear you, Bob Euchre, on that call.
Just a bit outside.
All
Try
right.
the corner and missed.
Got to do it.
I'm pretty sure it is illegal for any baseball player to have not seen Major League.
Well,
3-1 pitches on the
nowadays
corner,
I'll
3-2.
watch the edited version. I can do without the language, but it is a good movie.
That and the Sandlot and Moneyball.
Oh, Sandlot's the best. Oh, another fantastic pitch by Gelm.
Took something off of that changeup, and she had Flint way out in front, as that will be another strikeout for Thomas, who is pitching in back-to-back games. She went complete game in the first game and is now pitching in the second game.
Fort Lauderdale has just 11 available today.
As the first pitch to Autumn Edie is fouled straight back.
He put a good swing on that first pitch. Just missed it.
0-1 is skied into center field, not deep, as the center fielder comes in to make the play, and that will end the inning with Trinity still behind 6-0, headed into the top of the fifth. So we are headed into the top of the fifth with Fort Lauderdale leading Trinity 6-0. And it will be Taylor Gage stepping up for, Taven Gage stepping up for Fort Lauderdale.
We may see a couple of changes as Fort Lauderdale coach was talking with the home plate umpire, looking at the lineup card. So we'll let you know if we do see any changes.
First pitch from Flint is in there for a strike. 0-1.
Head coach Kyle Davis. I believe this is his first year as the Fort Lauderdale head coach.
0-1 pitch misses high and outside. 1-1.
He's been coaching for more than 10 years. He's a player developer. Loves to strategize.
1-1. Fouled off down the third base side. 1-2.
Of course, he works with many of the high school athletes in South Florida. So congratulations, Kyle Davis, getting your head coaching job. I want to give a shout out to the great SID of the University of Fort Lauderdale, Monty Perez, who I'm sure is watching.
And
of course, he's cheering on his team.
And the 1-2 pitch is rolled in there for a ball. 2-2.
Monty's a really good announcer, too. He can dole it out.
2-2 pitches foul back. Count will remain at 2-2. 2-2. Lined into left field, and that will get down for a base hit.
A tough play on Carlin Payne. She was looking toward the sun as she tried to make the dive and catch.
Tipped off the glove, and she could not make the play. But that is a very hard play, coming in and trying to make a diving catch, battling the sun. So runner on first for Fort Lauderdale. As that pitch is ground to third. 5-4. And we will have no throw over to first.
Piper Young had to reach behind her for the throw and still find the bag. Very difficult play, and she made it.
Yeah, if that gets by her, that is going into right field and potentially even scoring a run.
Kaylee Witt at the plate.
And the pitch is outside.
Actually, that is not Kaylee Witt. This is a pinch hitter. This is Gabby Robinson. 1 for 16 on the season.
And that pitch is down.
It's nice to see the coaches get their reserves into the game. I've said this many times, you never know when you need to count on them. Injury or someone just not performing well or unable to make it. Have to get the reserves some reps.
And that pitch is lined into left field. A blooper that will get down for a base hit from around first and second with one down.
Gabby Robinson rewards her coach with a base hit.
And that's what you got to do whenever you're fighting for playing time.
Get that opportunity. Even if you don't get a base hit, hit the ball hard. She'll probably get another opportunity.
Hit the ball hard, have an at-bat, make the pitcher throw some pitches. There's a bunch of ways to earn playing time. As the first pitch is upstairs for a ball. And it seems we have another pinch hitter here. Oh, sorry, we do not. That is Cheyenne Southers.
The other Fort Lauderdale player still available is Sydney Heinzen, whom we saw in game 1 as a starter. She drove in a run and scored a run.
And on that wild pitch, the runners both advanced 60 feet. And that ball is high, 3-0. Here with first base open. The pitch. In there for a strike on the outside corner. 3-1. The 3-1 pitch incoming. Flied into shallow right field, and Piper Young makes yet another incredible catch, catching it over the shoulder and preventing another run from scoring.
Wind's picking up, blowing in. Push the ball away from her, plus looking into the bright sunshine. So Piper Young has saved a couple of runs so far this inning.
And that is now 2 catches that she's made this game over the shoulder. First pitch to Kling is outside. 1-0.
Brooklyn Kling, 2 for 2 with an RBI.
The one Kling is inside for a ball, 2-0, as Shaw attempted a back pick. But runner at third dove back in safely. Shaw getting the count. The 2-0. Skied into center field. Diaz lets it drop. Ball just out of her reach, and that was score 2 to extend the Fort Lauderdale lead to 8-0 on the single by Kling.
I think she lost that one in the sun. That will go as an error on a center fielder. 2 unearned runs, but they are on the board. Of course, that makes it 8-0 in the 5th inning.
Runner stealing, and she's in there safely. And Diaz did everything she could. She has sunglasses. She put the glove up. But once you have to bring that glove down and try and make the catch. There's not much you can do.
Throw down, nobody covering. Shaw made a good throw, but there was no one there to catch it.
Pitches upstairs. Flint collects some dirt. Trying to get a better grip on the ball. Kicks and deals. Skied. Foul and out of play. Just barely out of play.
That ball hit the very narrow sidewalk between the net and the bleachers.
Yeah,
couldn't have placed it there intentionally.
That's one of the scariest as a fielder, knowing that there is a concrete wall separating you. Because you're trying to make the play, but you're also not trying to break your legs. And that pitch is hit hard on the ground to second base. Young flips it over to first, and that will end the inning. But not before Fort Lauderdale scores 2 to extend the lead to 8-0.
That means Trinity's going to have to score at least 1 to keep this game going. We'll be right back on TCJ Eagles. Well, Andrew, Trinity must score or this game is over. It's 8-0 in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, they were able to score last game to extend the game and give them a chance. Ultimately, they fell short. But we'll see if they can extend the game this time. And hopefully they can.
Madison Whitmire will lead it off.
Scoring around bunt. Takes it for a strike. Going around the major leagues, the Brewers lead the White Sox 11-1 in the bottom of the 7th. The Nationals lead the Cubs in the bottom of the 7th, 8-4. As that pitch is hit up the middle and blocked by the second baseman, but she will get a base hit out of it.
After all those caught line drives, a little dribbler ends up a base hit.
Sometimes that's just how it goes. Twins and Orioles tied 0-0, headed into the bottom of the 6th.
Great effort by Cheyenne Southers. Whitmire, she can run. She just beat the throw.
Another ball hit up the middle. Steps on the bag for 1. Throw will be late over there to first.
Fielder's choice, and they do get the lead runner, Kaylee Witt, making the nice play. Made a good, strong throw, but again, Carlin Payne, she can run, and she never gives up.
The Red Sox and Reds, top of the 3rd, tied 0-0.
Anybody who's playing the Red Sox is my 3rd favorite team.
Not a big Red Sox guy, are you? And that ball is hit down the third base line, and it hits the bag for a base hit. And that will be runners on first and second with 1 down for Trinity.
Ashley Shaw kept her promise to me. She said she was going to get a hit. That's her 2nd.
And nothing quite like doubling a promise.
She should have promised me a couple $100 and doubled it.
Why not a homer?
I'll take that too.
She promised you a homer. She would have had 2 at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Pitches inside.
Ashley, a senior here, also a volleyball player. Very active student athlete. And active off the field and out of the classroom too. They do a lot of community service, as all the teams in the NCCAA do.
And she makes a really good coffee. I was not one, I was not a coffee drinker. I told her that I needed a coffee, and she whipped up the best coffee I've ever tasted.
Hey, you got to get me a cup.
I might have to show you what she made me.
As long as it's not sugary.
Oh, it is very sugary.
Well, I can't have it.
Pitches. Oh! Hit on the ground to second. There was a collision as the fielder came in and runs into Ashley Shaw in the middle of the baseline. It'll be interesting to see what the ruling is here.
Unfortunately, Shaw's all right, but now we take a look at the defender. Couldn't tell if it was Witt or Southers. Shaw trying to get to the bag, Southers trying to get the ball, and they just met up at the same time.
Neither one of them intending for a collision. So we will see what the ruling is here. It was just unfortunate timing on both of their ends.
Well, Payne stayed put at second base. It officially goes down as a fielder's choice and a 4 unassisted, and Piper Young is aboard at first.
So continuing around the league, Angels and Astros, bottom of the second tied 0-0. Tigers Padres, the Tigers lead 4-0 headed into the top of the third.
Trinity's down to their final out. Nicole Wee will be the pinch hitter, and she will bat for Callie Dunn.
Rays and Cardinals tied 0-0 in the bottom of the second. And the Rangers and Phillies. Phillies lead 2-0 in the bottom of the second. And that is all the games that are active right now, with the Diamondbacks and Dodgers playing at 8:30 and the Guardians and Mariners playing at 10 o'clock.
Well, Cubs get a grand slam, it'll be tired. Harry Carey used to say that. There was one game they were down by 8 in the 9th inning. He said 2 grand slams and we're tied.
Ball hit up the middle, and they take the force out at second base, and that will end the ball game with Fort Lauderdale beating Trinity College Jacksonville 8-0.
Well, Fort Lauderdale came, and they brought their bats with them, put them to good use. They scored 12 in Game 1, 8 in Game 2. Trinity swung the bat a lot better than the scorebook shows. They hit a lot of atom balls, and Fort Lauderdale also made some great defensive plays.
Yeah, you got to wonder if they implanted the softball with a magnet and other magnets in their gloves with how well they were making good defensive plays, but nothing you can do about it if you're Trinity. All you can do is hit the ball hard. And as I said earlier, if you get hooked up on the results instead of the process, you're going to get in your own head, and hopefully they don't do that, because the process was amazing.
Well, that is a talented team out there, and they're going to play Baptist University of Florida at 12 o'clock tomorrow. And again, we apologize to Fort Lauderdale. We're unable to stream that game. Our students, they do have their obligations in the classroom, but we'll be on for Trinity versus Baptist at approximately 2 p.m., depending on how long the first game takes. And then Saturday afternoon, we have the doubleheader at 1 p.m. against Baptist University of Florida. Andrew, go ahead and sign us out of here.
My name is Andrew Tomasoni, the assistant broadcaster to the one and only Ray Bureau, and we are signing off on Trinity Sports Network.